Hello everyone, Chef Eric here and welcome back to the YouTube channel for yet another amazing recipe. And today I'm showing you guys how I make my signature homemade fluffy mahamri. There's a recipe that has been in production for the longest time actually. I had the original recipe down, I posted it here on the internet. I'll paste it somewhere here. But then I shared it with you guys on TikTok and you guys had a lot to say about it. The video ended up garnering about 300,000 views. And the comments were just spammed with people telling me, number one, no hot oil, number two, and I quote, not using coconut milk was a joke. She even added D at the end to make it seem a little bit more, personal. But I got a lot of feedback and a lot of advice, so I decided, you know what, let me just give it a go and try and twist the recipe, and it works. So thank you so much for the advice, and let's get started with this recipe.
So we're gonna get started on making the dough. So here I have some all-purpose flour. Into your all-purpose flour, you wanna add in your sugar along with your cardamom and yeast. Now for the cardamom, I really suggest you use the fresh cardamom pods that you've crushed because it gives the recipe a really good taste. If you cannot get your hands on it, the powdered stuff is okay, but it's not going to produce the best result. So I suggest you get the fresh one that has been crushed with a pod. So you wanna add in some vegetable oil along with some warm tui ama maji ya pili ama maji nyepesi, tui nyepesi yani. I'll have the recipe for the coconut milk up in the corner. It's basically coconut milk that has been watered down and is really loose and then have much flavor. Make sure it's warm and add it in with some vegetable oil. Now I'll leave the last recipe in the corner. Then you wanna start adding in your water a little bit at a time. The water yet again is also warm and you wanna keep adding it in until the dough comes together to form one shaggy mass. You can use a stand mixer if you have one. It produces really great results, but you want to keep kneading it. You can even turn it out onto a surface for about 10 to 15 minutes until it gets really nice and smooth. Please, if you feel like you've kneaded it enough, you have not gotten there, give it 5 more minutes. So make sure you really knead it until it's nice and smooth. If you have a stand mixer, by all means go ahead and use it with the dough hook attachment. Once the dough comes together to form one cohesive mass, we're going to add it into a large bowl with a little bit of vegetable oil, cover with some cling film and a cloth or something, and allow to rise in a warm place for about 40 minutes ish. And a good indicator if the dough is done is if you press onto it, it should spring back to life. Please knead the dough for long enough. I'm not gonna stress on it. It is crucial in getting those super fluffy mahamri. So coat your dough ball in a little bit of vegetable oil so that it doesn't stick and rises beautifully, and then cover, set aside in a really warm place. Once it's done and it's nice and risen, you should have doubled in size and almost fill the entire container. And you want to punch out all the excess air and then turn it out onto a surface. When you turn it onto a surface, we're gonna start split it. You're gonna form it into a large log so that you can cut it up into different segments. However else you'd like to do this, by all means go ahead and do so, but I just find it better to form a log and then cut it into pieces. So for the recipe, I'll give you in the description box down below. It will be for about 36 mahamris and you're gonna divide it into about 9 segments. Divide into 9 segments and then form into some round balls, making sure you make them really nice and tight. I'm gonna show you how you get the ball. So you wanna flatten it out in the middle and then bring the sides of the dough together and pinch it shut to form one nice smooth ball. Set aside onto a flat surface and you wanna cover these and let them sit for about another 40 minutes. I know it's a lot of time of rising, but it's really important in making sure you get those super fluffy mahamri. Once they're done, you're gonna heat up some vegetable oil over the stove for about a couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes until it gets nice and hot on a medium-low heat. Get your dough balls and you wanna roll them out into about a quarter of an inch thick. I'll show you guys how exactly you need to roll it out, but if it's a little bit thicker, that's completely fine. It'll turn out just as good. It's just that I wanted them a little bit thin. Please, by all means, if you'd like to go a little bit thicker than this, please do so. It's fine, it's okay, they'll still be really delicious and they'll just have a little bit more mahamri, sort of quote-unquote meat inside. You wanna roll it out into a large circle and then you wanna split it into quarters to form that signature mahamri shape. Cover them and let them sit for another 5 minutes. I suggest you just make all of them and cut them up and then let them sit, so fry as they are sitting. So once they're nice and done, and you wanna get them into some vegetable oil and cook them on each side on a medium-low heat until they puff beautifully and flip. And I mean, look at that, that's stunning, it's beautiful, and it's just amazing, and it amazes both me and my family, and everybody absolutely love this. So then I'm gonna set it onto a wire rack and just continue. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what happens. So immediately the dough rises, you wanna flip it over onto the other side and then cook on each side. Once it rises, then you can get the next one. And you're done. Serve with some bahazi.
And thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this this recipe video, and I hope you guys give this recipe a try. The full recipe with measurements in grams and carbs is available in the description box down below, so feel free to go check that out. And yeah, if you have happened to give this recipe a try, make sure you tag me over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever. I'm on all platforms, Budding Chef Eric. Also, the links will be in the description box down below. I really hope I appreciate your advice on this recipe, and zinaka Instagrammable, they're perfect, they're beautiful. Yani, on top of, you know, kupendeza tumbo pia pendeza macho, and it has taken me a while to get where I am, and I would really love if you guys would try it and let me know how exactly it turned out. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more amazing content every single Monday.